Got a fun day planned for you guys. There's my boy Jacob, showing up a little bit late. Get old blue balls off the trailer. Hey Jacob, you're late, buddy.
Well, like 30 seconds.
We got presents. What do you got? Oh, sweet. Dude, I love that stuff.
I know, and I figured you're probably getting low, so.
Yeah, a little bit of sun shield. All right, Jacob, get your shit together.
You want me to park the truck?
Yeah, if you don't mind, there's a camera on the back.
saw that,
yeah, just click it off when you park and then. See the brim right there? There you are, up shallow, dude. Look at them all. So I got my boy Jacob. You guys probably saw him on the MLF, and then we did a recap of his top 10. Absolute hammer. Jacob, whoa. GTO, gotta love Paul. Gambler, gotta love that. He put me on Nishine. Nishine is awesome stuff. Savage Gear, makes some really good price point stuff.
Can I go fishing?
Can I
come fishing?
Only if you catch catfish. Meow.
Do I have too many rods?
You
I think I do.
I finally taught on one of those nickel spoons,
That's
dude.
all I need today.
Yeah. So you guys are getting an impression of what we're about to do. We're gonna do some offshore fishing on Gunnersville. We're gonna idle around, probably idle more than anything, but the nice part is Jacob is an excellent conversationalist. Say that 3 times fast. Conversationalist. So we can hang out, shoot the breeze, talk fishing, and then find fish.
My pants will probably fall off.
They are.
When I get to the boat.
And there's kids around and stuff, dude.
Yeah,
Nice job, Jacob.
thanks.
Way to fit into the community.
Do you see that turtle shell down there?
No.
It's right up there by here. Walk up here and look at this thing.
Oh, he was here the last time I was here. That is a big dead turtle.
What do you, I mean, is it a snapping
That's
turtle?
gotta be a snapping turtle. Nature boy, Jacob Wall.
I mean, when you see something like that, right? Day off, and I go, what do you want to do? And she goes, go fishing. Hell yeah, let's go.
Swimsuit girl woke up and she's like, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, what the hell do you think I'm doing? And then Jacob's girl's off tomorrow and they're gonna fit. Yeah. Hashtag live the life, bro. And they chomp it, heads up. There's also a million boats out here, so death is on our doorstep. Oh, hold up, straight ahead too. Holy fuck, Jesus. Hashtag insanity, dude. That is what they'll look like.
Yeah, that's what you want to see, a little hard dot. You want to see those super hard returns, like that, right there. But from what I've seen, I know you see the same thing, Mikey. Like, you'll scan like drum or carp, and it'll be kind of a blurry dot.
Yep.
Bass are like that real hard return, that just solid dot, that solid tic-tac or whatever you want to call it.
That actually leads to a really good point. If you guys are playing around with your down scan, like your 455 kilohertz on down scan, and it doesn't matter what brand, you really want to crank your contrast up on that down scan, because what ends up happening is it gives you that tighter return. You don't want to go super crazy, but you crank it up so those returns come really clear and you can really separate those fish from the bottom. You want to see why Jacob likes a spoon? Look at that. What does that look like?
Perfect size comparison. And the crankbait too. I mean, that is the same size as like an 8XD.
Yeah, that's what they're eating. That's bite-sized.
It is. Yellow bass don't get quite as big as the white bass, but they're basically the same thing. They school up out here and just like bite-sized morsels for those bass. I could feel them down there just whack, whack, whack. I was wondering why they weren't getting it. Probably because they're that big. And we should be able to crank around the edge or spoon around.
Oh, you can do whatever. Yeah. Dude, this is a cool example. See all these white bass? Now, granted, that's not what we're targeting, but you can see them on the side scan. There's a million of them. So what actually ends up happening, these bass kind of mix in, because they all eat the same thing, right? They're all predators. They're all eating shad. They're all eating minnows and all that deal. So even if there's white bass, there's bass mixed in, so you can actually find schools of white bass and actually catch bass. That's what we're going to try to do. Jacob's hooked up. I'm friggin' bird's nested. She's about to jump. We just lined up on a little pot of fish. I ain't got no net, so we're gonna have some fun. So usually what happens, guys, is you throw a crankbait right behind. Whoop. Oh, and that's a double.
Double, bro.
Yep.
Nice.
And I'm not that big, but it is a crankbait fish. We got doubles, boys. That's what's fun with this. One for Jacob, one for me.
Nice, dude. This is a little bigger, I think.
I think my hair.
Fat line is. Holy
But
cow.
here's the trick, guys. You get these fish in the boat,
Toss them back and get more.
toss them back and you get more.
Look at that one. Look how fat that one is, dude.
All right, cheers. See you later. And back down we go. We're just set up on like a little roadbed bridge piling. And when it's like this, you kind of just throw right next to each other. Yeah. And we're just cranking pretty quick, getting that bait down. It's like 14 foot or so. and then just hoping for the best. And I missed one too. Jacob's hooked up again.
Double.
Oh, maybe a 2 in a row. I'll try to make that happen. Oh, screw you, Jacob. Oh, nice. That's why I use graph glass right there. What do you got?
Dude.
Jacob.
Yes. Oh, that's a nice one.
Oh, dude, that's a big.
Oh,
did it come off?
how did it come off?
That's all right. I got one for you. Oh, that's a good one too. Dude, this is why ledge fishing is so much fun. You spend all this time scanning around. Oh, you got one hook too. I'm not gonna make a mistake of pulling them too hard. Do it. Do it. I got him. A little more to the left. I don't know if the boat shifted or what. Nice one on the old dredger. There she goes. That was a prime example of the beauty of ledge fishing. So we've been idling around for probably, like, what do you say, Jacob, like 2-3 hours?
I'd say more like an hour and 45, maybe 2 hours, something like that. Yeah.
Feels like 2 or 3 hours.
Does.
So it definitely is a drag kind of idling around like this. But I think we haven't caught a fish up till now.
No.
Okay, so
we've had 2 bites.
Two bites. We have 2 little bites to some little spots, but basically what happened is, dude, we idled like a roadbed, which is like a hard surface next to a creek channel, super classic, super traditional, right? And actually a lot of people fish this area that we're in, and all of a sudden on the side scan, it's like bunch of white dots. That's kind of how they show up. Jacob's actually trying to refine them right now because we broke them up with a crankbait. Crankbait's a great way to catch them. The bait gets down, it's very reactive, grinds on the bottom, and they chomp it.
Right there, that's our waypoints right there. I mean, there's
some on the side.
There's a few right there. There's some out in here. Like I scanned. I mean, but they should have been under the boat. I mean, look at my line.
Yeah, but that's what happens, guys. We probably saw, I'd say 20 plus fish, and that's a conservative estimate. Well, what happens is you get a few of them activated, and then they all scattered around, and then they're like, something's going on. Somebody got Larry, dude. And they spread out, and then the game starts over again. You gotta get on that motor, refine and idle. But you know, your creek channels, your hard bottom, gravel, if you're not on like a river style lake, gravel points, boulder points, hard bottom is really the key next to a break. So when it comes to this offshore deal, everybody's got their own like set of juice. You know, you guys have seen my videos where I go offshore fishing. I got kind of my little setups, my lures, my arsenal that I use to attack them. But since I got Jacob with me, I'm gonna have him run through his specific setups. You know, he had that top 10 finish in the MLF Pro Circuit out here on Gunnersville. But look at all this naughtiness. It's like what I do, but he's got slightly different variations in kind of the way he approaches it. So Jacob, let's look at this. So is that's a custom one?
Yeah, I painted that one up this winter. I kind of just did like a basic minnow or shad kind of pattern. I like the green, kind of got like a violet color to it as well. First pick is almost always going to be a crankbait.
Okay.
This one here is a 6XD. It's one of my go-tos. Another really good one if the fish are getting a little bit more pressured, usually later in the season, is the DT series, like the DT 16 or the 20, depending on how deep you're fishing. But I really like the 6XD. I used to throw this guy on 12-pound line, and if you're fishing like 14, 15 feet, 12 is fine. But I've kind of transitioned over to throwing it on 10. The only difference with the 10 is you've got to be really careful. You don't want to get any loops in your spool when you go to cast it, because what'll happen is that spool is spinning so quick, you're launching that thing out there as hard and as fast as you can. It'll end up breaking in your spool. So you got to be really careful with your 10-pound line, but it does get your bait deeper. Is the spoon. You can see this one here, the paint is just chewed off.
Yeah, this one's kind of cool. Look at all the teeth marks.
I mean, it is just chewed up. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that spoon works awesome. I've got it hooked up right now with just one treble hook on there, but that's that Savage Gear grip treble.
I really like that treble hook. It allows the the bait to kind of spin without locking up on the hook. I see a lot of guys drop their rod when the spoon's falling and they put slack in the line. The problem with that is you cannot feel the bite at all. You won't feel the fish thump it. And the key with this bait is you want to have semi-tension in your line, but not a lot. You just want to have a soft bow. And you'll feel that bite through that bow, and you don't swing on them. You just reel down into them and pull on them. I think Mikey's got more experience with this one than I do, but this is just a hair jig. This one here is the shuttlecock, and I really like this one. It's got a really bushy kind of profile to it, and that guy works super good. I think it works better in like moderate to lower current. And
yeah,
I think
I agree when they're suspended. And you're kind of moving down from your most reactive baits, I assume.
Yeah, working down.
Okay, so this is more and more subtle, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
You're getting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I'll go down to my finesse stuff. So this guy here is kind of finesse, but it's also kind of like a power finesse technique because you can drag it kind of quick. This is a 3/4 ounce head. I'll either do a 1/2 or a 3/4, typically depending on current or depth that you're fishing. If you're fishing it in 18 or deeper, you kind of want that 3/4 to keep good bottom contact. If you're fishing it in maybe 12 or 14, you can get away with a 1/2. But that's just a mag trick worm on there. You could put Gambler makes some awesome ribbon tails you could put on there. You could put Savage Gear makes a good one called a razorback worm. There's all kinds of worms you could put on here.
But it's worm fishing.
It's just
with
worm.
a shaky head.
Yeah. And this has got 20-pound line. I don't think it's as specific. I'd probably opt for like 18, 16, 18 if I wanted it to be perfect, but this is 20 and it works just fine. Another one here, this is another kind of downsize from that shaky head. That's your drop shot. That's just a standard robo worm on there. This is a nose hook. I'll nose hook it or I'll kind of weedless rig it depending on if I'm fishing around a lot of stumps or not. You can see I've got kind of a long dropper on that. It's hard to get all on camera there, but it's probably 14 inches long, maybe 16 inches long, something like that.
Compensating for something, or?
Yeah, a little bit. No, I like the longer leader. I feel like it allows me to have more, movement of the bait without moving the weight. So the bait's going to kind of drift around and move around freely without the weight dragging and moving. So I don't know. I just kind of a thing that I've done. And
in reality, if you're throwing a drop shot, they're usually like off the bottom, or there isn't that much current, so you do want it. I like it up a little further too, to be perfectly honest, like an 18, 22 inch leader almost.
Even longer than that for sure. I don't have it tied on, but there's your little Ned bait. I know Mikey really likes that one.
I'm a Nedster.
That's that new Gambler Power Ned. That's an awesome worm for on the Ned rig. And then I showed you guys the red bug on my shaky head. Another color that I really like on the shaky head is just your standard grade pumpkin. He's got the spinning rod out. This isn't good. That means they're not biting. Well, we know they're not biting.
Local hammer, Dustin Cagle. You're on YouTube!
That's a bad sign when you got that spinning rod in your hand.
What's the fishing report, buddy? You were out here like 2 hours ago. That kid is a stick. Absolute stick. He's got a nice boat, too. Oh, fish on! Little spot. Nice. Little unorthodox offshore fishing.
Mix it up a little.
Fishing the old bridge. All right, you're up, Jacob.
I know. I got my spoon down there. I don't know.
Are you going big or don't go at all?
Oh my God, dude, that might be a 7.
Jacob's got a dancer
Dude,
on.
this is a giant, bro. I think he's got it down like his throat too. Treble hooks, big fish, long cast, light line.
Ain't got no net.
No net.
Hashtag no net.
Haven't caught much all day.
And you got a nice wad of eelgrass coming to like get up in your line.
Again, dude.
You got a smallmouth?
Yeah, well, I'm fighting like smallmouth on like 8-pound on a spinning rod. It's not much different. I mean, I got him on 10. I think it's like a 6 or 7 pounder, dude. It's a big one.
It's gonna be amusing too, because you're gonna get waked out. You get a clump of eelgrass.
He's coming at the boat. He's coming at the boat.
And I'm not gonna help you either. It's all you, Jacob.
I got him.
You gotta do it Bassmaster style.
I gotta play him kind of carefully though, because the treble hooks in. I think he's got it pretty good, but you never know with these.
Dude, if you jump that much, he's got it. Oh, here she comes.
Oh my
God.
Oh my God.
You got him, Jacob? Oh yeah, he's got it right in its chin. He ain't going nowhere. Take your time. Nice job,
him,
Jacob.
Dude. Got
nice
him,
job.
Yes,
bro.
Dude, look, he's got that thing plastered to his chin.
Dude, look.
That's a 5.5 at least.
That's a beauty right
Yes,
there.
dude. Give me some, bro. Finally.
Hells yeah.
Oh, man, we're first throw. I'm shaking. First throw at the crankbait. I don't even know where to start with this thing yet.
So that's a wrap. Get offshore. Try some of this stuff. Jacob, if they got questions, where can they find you on Instagram and that?
It's Jacob Ball Fishing on my Instagram, and then just my name, Jacob Ball, on Facebook. And yeah, feel free to shoot me a message. I respond to 99% of them, and if I don't, it's just because I didn't see it. I'll eventually get back to you. But yeah, feel free to shoot me any questions you guys have got, whether it be out here on Gunnersville or any other TVA lakes, or if it's just the lake you're fishing in general. Had a lot of people ask me about the spoon and that hook that I'm using, how I fish the spoon. It's definitely something that not a lot of people throw. So if you guys have questions about the spoon, feel free to shoot me a message, and I'll answer you back as quick as I can.
Especially if you're hot, blonde, and single. Jacob would love to hear from you. Please send pictures.
No, that's not.
I'm gonna get him in so much trouble, dude. We're gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed some offshore fishing. I love hanging out with Jacob. Hit him up, but hit that like and subscribe button. Support grassroots fishing. We'll see you back out on the water talking fishing from the garage.